Low-carb recipes. The low-carb diet is now considered as one of the commonly applied form of diet among the series of diet fads. It is therefore no doubt that as many people were drawn to it, many companies that are concerned about the low-carb diet have developed their low-carb services by providing some of them to the people, especially to the low-carb dieters. Speaking of the low-carb services, many companies are now providing some products like the low-carb breads, pastas, drinks, and others along with low-carb recipes. With the accompaniment of low-carb recipes, the low-carb recipes then becomes one of the most favorite low-carb services of the consumers. As such, many low-carb dieters today often look for some of the available low-carb recipes. As we all notice, low-carb recipes even invaded the domain of the internet. During the early times, prior to the advent of the internet, the low-carb recipes are only found on several low-carb books and other paper-based resources. But today, wherever you look at, there are so many available low-carb recipes on the web. Low-carb recipes are now one of the common features of most of the online companies that deal with nutrition, foods, health, etc. Many resources for this one of the hottest thing in the diet arena are now opening to provide some of the available low-carb recipes. There are even companies that offer this kind of service that even create their own low-carb recipes just to serve the recipe junkies. In fact, on the web there are so many low-carb recipes that are given for free, but there are also that require some registration before one can fully access the site. Since the term low-carb recipes is such a general term that it may apply to different areas, it is then interesting to know that some of the accessible collections of the recipes provided by the online companies and even the nutritional and health books and other resources include some of the low-carb recipes that are among the personal favorites. Some were even sent to most of the collectors, and others are taken from the best low-carb cookbooks. And the many collections for the low-carb recipes generally include some low-carb recipes for treats and desserts, gravies and sauces, meats and entrees, appetizers and snacks, soups and salads, veggies and sides, great egg dishes, beverages and shakes, and breads and pastas. And usually these categories for low-carb recipes are even coupled with some of the helpful ingredient equivalents.